want to give massive thanks to all of my supporting members and patrons. Thank you all so very much. Hello, good evening and welcome to you all. Really pleased to say that MCToon has been able to make it. It was very last minute, so I really appreciate him joining us tonight. I'm not going to spend the time going through everyone saying hello because MCToon's only got a short while, half an hour or so to spare, because he's got other really important stuff to do. You won't believe how important these things are. So what I'll do is I will get him straight over into the live room, and hopefully his camera's working. You're in, but your camera isn't right now. You might have to restart it. Oh, he is, except it's just swapped us around, so let me just check. So I'm appearing on here twice, so I'm just going to have to swap the cameras around, if everyone will just bear with me a moment. So you do, and you certainly have. I wasn't sure which way it was going to go. Oh, what have I done? I've got me in there. Where's you then? Where's you? Oh, for some reason it's got me to. Oh, I know what it's done. 1 second. Oh, right. Bit of jiggery pokery and magic, I'm afraid. So you're showing above me. Sorry about this, everyone. Talk about live. And nearly there. There we go. Mr. MCToon, thank you very much for joining us. Where's your voice?
I have hair.
You have hair.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I know.
It's
amazing, isn't it?
Do that specifically to make it look like I don't have hair like you?
Oh, we could cut it off a bit more if you like. Right, let's try and move you down a bit and make it look. There we go.
It's okay.
We will try that. There we go. So how are you, my friend?
Right.
We've not spoken for a while directly.
Yes, it's been great.
Channel's going well.
I've been having a lot of fun. Yeah, I love the live debates.
Yeah. Problem is finding these people, though.
It is significantly harder to find a willing guest than to actually do the debate.
Yes, well, they do tend to run away, don't they? Although
I've had that problem.
Although what many people here know is, of course, we've had a Flerf come to both of us, haven't we, and challenged us.
Yes, we have received a debate challenge.
It challenged both myself and you, Mr. Kyle Adams of the Flat Earth Institute of Science, no less.
Yes, and yeah, I keep wondering what is dorm life, at the Flat Earth Institute of Science. Do they have? Is their cafeteria food any good?
Well, I really have no idea at all, and I just realised my cam's floating, so really have no idea. There we go, a little bit bigger. No idea at all. And I mean, is it like Hogwarts? I don't know. Maybe
probably
magic spells.
Probably less hog, more warts.
But I saw your response to Kyle tonight, and I realised after I watched it, and I very much enjoyed it, I realised we have both seemed to have trapped Kyle in different ways. He's got himself hoisted by his own petard, no less.
Yeah.
Of course, we would recommend everyone goes across and sees MCToon's video response, but perhaps you'd like to fill us in a bit about how you've trapped him.
So, yeah, he referenced the debate I had, the very short debate I had with Alex Stein on Modern Day Debate.
Yeah.
Where Alex wouldn't let me talk, basically. And I mean, he knew he knew I knew more about the topic than he did. But he to that debate, one of my pieces of evidence was photographs, the 15,000 photographs that were taken during the Apollo missions, and you can go look at in the museum in Houston. And they still have the photographic slides there. You can just go look at them. If you think that they're wrong, if you think they're CGI, well, good luck, because the slides are there. And so if somehow the CGI photographic slide printers in 1972, that's pretty solid technology. Anyway, that was one. And another one that I mentioned briefly was people that have been there, right? The actual testimony of people that have been there.
What, sort of like astronauts?
Yes, exactly. And I showed a picture of myself with Charlie Duke. I met him a bit over a year ago in person. And we actually I knew the guy that was organizing the meet, right? So he was the whole weekend. He was there for the weekend to speak at a church. And I knew the guy in charge. So I'm like, can I meet him? He's like, yeah. So I had lunch with him. My whole family had lunch with him and his wife and several other people. It was really fun. Anyway, so the point was, people have been there, and
real people.
Flat earthers often, real people, flat earthers often do things like say, well, pilots claim blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's the personal testimony of somebody. If you will accept that, they'll also say, what's the guy that went up in that chunky balloon up to a high altitude with no air?
With no air? Oh, Mad Mike Hughes?
No. Long ago, like one of the.
Back in the 40s or whenever it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen the video, but I can't think of his name. Yeah.
So that guy, and they actually, they always misquote him. The quote he didn't actually say, but they attribute it to him without doing their background research. So that guy, they'll take his personal testimony saying that the Earth appeared as curved up edges, something like that, right?
Yeah.
They'll take that guy's personal testimony, but not the 600 people that have been into space. It's a little inconsistent. So I'm like, Kyle, how can we have a debate if I don't know what you'll accept as evidence? I saw, like, well, if he's just rejecting 15,000 physical photographs not taken on digital cameras, well, I just need to know, what is your standard of evidence? So that was the video. Basically, you need to document for me, Kyle, your standard of evidence. Send it to me. Okay. And also, you're gonna need to be consistent and apply your own standard of evidence to all of your videos. And if you're going to reject the personal testimony of individuals that are still alive, then you're going to need to be consistent with that as well. And in your personal life, reject the personal testimony of people, especially if they're not alive anymore.
Exactly, because you can't question them about it. And can I just say, I've just because this, I had to say this now before it disappears off screen. Unlocked, who's been a member for 2 months, just got his free super chat. Kyle's right. Photos don't be real, as I'm ugly in them. But you're right, yeah. So if these personal testimonies are from people who are dead, it's kind of hard to chat to them about it. I'm assuming that when you had dinner with Charlie Duke, he wasn't very dead.
He was definitely not yet.
Not yet dead. Yes. Cool. Yes. And I showed that photo because it was in Kyle's video, in my video, and I said, yeah, MCToon must have been really excited to have met him. I would have been, but I'm sure that's not his best evidence. But yes, you've sort of tracked him, haven't you, about his standard of evidence?
Yeah, I've asked him to document his standard of evidence.
Yeah, get it down on paper.
I don't know. I'm anxious to see what his response will be, because he's always squirming. Everything he does is squirming. So it's good entertainment.
Yeah. And I know that a lot of people have strong views about him, but there's one thing I'll give him. He's not one of these Oakleys, just foul-mouthed, abusive. There's none of that with him. None of that. So I definitely have to give him that. And someone raised the fact that when he was apparently trying to debunk my Mage video, he took an image where the curve was sort of like that, squished it, and of course then the curve looked uneven. He said, well, that won't happen on a sphere. I was able to show him several photos of a football, that's a soccer ball, at different points, and showed how, yeah, that curve will look different when you compress it left-right, depending on whereabouts that curve crosses the screen. And he changed his position on that, so I am going to give him that as well. You know, you have to credit where credit's due. So you sort of trapped it. Yeah, go on.
I do think, to that same point, I do think that he is sincere in his personal beliefs and his he's an LDS and more, it used to be called Mormons. I think they like to be called LDS now. And yeah, I think that he's sincere in that. I don't like that he's willing to accept untruths, but that's beside the point. Unlike people like Oakley, who pretend to kind of be religious of some sort, or QE, who certainly don't exhibit any of the behaviors of somebody that you'd expect.
Not the behaviours you'd expect.
Person.
Of someone who purports to be a Christian, the way he just throws abuse around left, right and centre. Absolutely. Yeah. And of course, so what I did was I trapped him in a different way. I did like your way, and I wish I'd thought of that as well, and I won't forget it. But with myself, in the video, he'd sort of said about these knights of old would throw down a gauntlet, and if his opponent didn't pick it up, he'd be living in shame forever and without honour. So at the end, of course, I've challenged him to a video debate and a live stream debate. And if he doesn't pick up that gauntlet, well, I can only go by his own words.
he never again. He's trapped himself completely. He established that as the rules that he's going to live by.
Yep.
So anybody, anytime, can throw down the gauntlet to him and demand that he show up for anything. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I won't hold that against him, but I really genuinely do hope he does agree to a debate, because let's be honest, he didn't bring a lot in his video. His distrust of Nixon, fair enough, and what else? There wasn't much more, was there? So I didn't bother to throw everything I've got back at him. So it would be nice to actually have a debate, because he's been on here a few times, and to be honest, it's been a friendly chat and dance around various flat Earth points, you know. And I'd like a more formal debate where he really tries and puts forward his best evidence, and I'll do the same. And yes, you mentioned the channel SCToon. I'd be happy to debate on there if he's happy to.
Unfortunately, the SC part of the SCToon show is no longer with us. And as that's Schrodinger's cat, he passed away a few weeks ago. His wife, I asked her what she would have me do with the channel, and she said she can't be involved, and she just would like his name and avatar just taken off. So it's not the SCToon show anymore. Right now, it's called the Toon Show, which may not be the final name, but that's what it is right now. Okay,
well, I mean, I'm happy to debate on there. I had mentioned modern day debates. To be honest, and this is not knocking yours, it's not knocking agree to disagree, but if someone says, oh, well, how about debate? I just think of that because it's the first one that springs to mind, you know. But I'm quite happy to debate anywhere, and I'd like to support yourself or agree to disagree, but I don't know what he might want. You know, to be honest, I'm going to have to pretty much agree to debate where he wants, because I think he's going to perhaps may find it a little bit frightening. I think it's probably be his first actual debate, if he agrees.
Well, he was on mine a while ago. The first time he was on my show we called it a debate.
Okay.
So,
and as I said, he's appeared on mine several times. So it's not like it's his first time on camera or on mic on a live stream, which is good, because that can be a bit frightening for someone their first time. Who is it? PJCnet came on here, his first ever stream. It was his voice only, and he was a little nervous, and that's fine. But then
absolutely.
He's gone on and had a debate. Who did he have a debate with? Was it yourself? It was you. Yeah.
He did great. He was. I think you got him on audio first. I think I got him on video first.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I've not seen him before.
Can we do high five? High five right here.
Where are we? Down here.
He's got to go. There you go. All right.
Scale.
There you go. All right. Your hand is huge, man.
Yeah. Well, big hands.
So hey, and I think he's in the chat. So
is he? What, tonight?
I don't know. I saw somebody mentioning him, but
well, if PJCNet's there, hello.
Find a time talking with PJ, and he was nervous, but I think he's getting a little more comfortable. So
yeah, of course. I really wouldn't hold that against anyone.
No. The thing I love about PJ, I love it's so that his favorite flat Earth YouTubers have blocked him on their channel because they think he's a shill. I love that. Well, when that happened, I'm like, welcome to the shill club, PJ. Oh, here he is.
Oh, hi, PJCNet. Hello. Oh, well, I think that's a bit rotten if they've blocked you. Any flat earthers who happen to be listening in on the side, unblock PJCNet. He's not one of us. He seems a reasonable guy, so please don't cut him out in the cold. That's not fair. Oh, where's Wally's there? Good evening, where's Wally? Says lots of fine creators in the chat tonight.
Yeah. So, if I could tonight, in let's see, just over 3 hours, I have a video I've been working on. That's huge. It's been a long time in the making, and I transferred last week 0.4 Bitcoin.
Yes.
Brainy Beaver.
Yes.
So Brainy Beaver has it in his possession. He controls. It's on Bittrex on a website exchange.
Just so people know, the dollar value of that is.
It was about $15,000 yesterday. It fluctuates a lot.
Yes.
And that's it's down a little bit. So this was Bitcoin that I mined starting at about 2012. I mined quite a few, and then I bought 5 ounces of silver for 42 Bitcoin.
Oh my goodness! But it's like those people who paid a couple of Bitcoin for a pizza back in the day.
Yeah.
The most expensive pizza ever. Oh man. Yeah, but you can't kick yourself really. Well, you can, but I've been there. Just when I was getting married, the company I was working for looked as though it might be on the edge of going bust. The share price was so low, but I trusted the product, and I actually thought, look, do we buy £5,000 worth? At the time, that was basically my savings. I thought, do we really go for it? Buy £5,000? No, I can't. What I should have done was sort of bought £500 or £1,000, because the price was only a few pennies at that point. And had I done that at the time, I watching the price go, had I actually done it, I decided, right, this is the point I would get out. I'd have cleared over £100,000 in a couple of years. Wow. So I've been there. It happens.
Yeah.
Now don't do it again.
Anyway, so clearly we do not have access in the future to time travel.
No.
So otherwise, I wouldn't have sold it.
Well, actually, it wouldn't matter if you sold it, because you could go back and buy more, couldn't you?
True, that's true. It's all a front.
I think your camera
do
might have
have time travel. Did I? Oh, yeah, and a nice look too. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. You just move forward a bit. I don't know what's happening with that.
What's going on? That's weird.
It's as soon as you mention time travel. Maybe it's a glitch in the space-time continuum. There's eddies in the space-time continuum.
Turn off and back on again. How's that?
Well, it would be all right, but you're at the... No, that's right. Yes, you're still at the top. There, that's right. That's appearing okay. That really threw me for a second. Awesome indeed. So we got distracted. Your Bitcoins.
Yeah, so I transferred that to Brainy Beaver to hold in escrow. The reason why is because we've all seen these flat Earth challenges. And as soon as they do it, that they're fake. they never intend to actually pay anything if somebody meets their requirements. Flat Out Hero is the classic one where he said, do this on flight charts. And myself, Woofy, Ruhif, a bunch of people did it on flight charts. And then he said, oh, I meant paper flight charts. Well, you didn't say paper flight charts. So there's a couple problems that I have identified in these challenges. One, rules that are changing.
Oh, yes, we've seen that a lot, haven't we? Goalpost shifting.
Flat Earthers are well known for having anti-gravity installed on all goalposts. Number 2 is clear objective criteria. Now, to his credit, Flat Out Hero did have clear objective criteria. Not just the problem is he didn't have one unchanging set of clear objective criteria. So there's all right. So there's number 2. Number 3 is the ability to pay. Right? You look at Flat Out Hero, you know he doesn't have the money to pay.
Yeah.
Right. And then number 4, independent judging, at least an option for independent judging.
We understand that the 3 Bitcoin, was it a 3 Bitcoin Sextant challenge or whatever it was? I believe that Nathan Oakley may be a judge. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Nathan Oakley may be a judge. That's one thing I heard.
A Sextant challenge?
No, well, it was the DOTR. It was the DOTRH one. Yeah.
It's just a show one proof of the globe. That's his whole
That was it. Yes.
Show one proof of the globe. Well, what does that mean? How is the proof of the globe objectively measured? Unknown. Basically, every single thing that anybody ever provides will be, no, that's not proof. Because you don't know how to objectively measure it. So you need to have those 4 things. So I wrote up 3 years ago what I call the legit challenge framework. And I've already issued 2 challenges with that, with the money that Flat Out Hero owes me. And funny enough, in December, when he was pretending to be a Glober, he agreed on my show that he owes me the money.
Yes.
So nobody can say, oh, he doesn't agree. He totally agrees. He also, at the same time, agreed that he owes the money to Wolfie. So we got that going. But this is more than that. I'm not using his money. I'm using my own money. And the challenge is a Sextant challenge, very specifically. It comes out. It's not out yet, but it will soon. But the idea is you need to, given the measurements from a sextant and just flat Earth geometry, identify the location of the observer. They say it's possible. They say it's the only way that's possible. So it should be easy.
Okay if I ever try?
You go right ahead.
I'll tell you what.
Only use flat Earth geometry. So
I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what. If I ended up that somehow I managed to do it, you're going to feel pretty big sick about that, aren't you?
Absolutely. So, if you know the other guys that are that have experience with sextants, I've collected all them together. We're in a chat on Discord here. There's 7 of us, and I've been going back and forth with them as I write the challenge. And the biggest thing that I am concerned about is not that a flat earther might do it, because I know they can't. It's that a globe head, somebody that knows how to do math, will somehow figure a way to manipulate the source data so that they can force it to happen.
Well, I'll tell you something. I've issued a couple of challenges. They've been small beer compared to that amount because, if I said, £10,000 or whatever, obviously you have proven with your the Bitcoin wallet or whatever it is, anyone can check that money's there, can't they? But so if I wasn't able to do that, they wouldn't believe me. So a reasonable amount, £100 or £200, whatever it was, and I issued a challenge to Mitchell from Australia to draw Polaris, 10 degrees and whatever, and show that the angles matched up. So draw a star, draw lines down to a flat surface, yada, yada, yada. And of course, he came on and it was total fail because he had all different lines pointing to different heights. And then someone said, "You didn't say what size the star should have been." He could have drawn a massive star, and he would have got away. I'd have had to say, "Look, yeah, you bent the rules. I didn't make that clear. I'll have to pay the money." But yeah, he didn't think of that.
Absolutely.
But a Glober thought of it.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Seriously, because it's real money, and if somebody does it, they do it. I can't argue it.
Yeah.
I'm concerned.
Can I just jump because I've got another one of these free sensible member super chats, because for some reason they don't show up in YouTube, and I've got IFTTT set up, but I can't flick out of that without losing you. So I need to read them out sort of pretty quick. These strawberries in cream are gorgeous, says David Oliver. I did see someone mention strawberries in cream earlier. I think they were arguing. Someone was saying they were here for the cheese, someone else for the booze, and someone, I presume you, David, was after the strawberries and cream. But do help yourself, guys, and I hope you have too, Toon. Yeah, a bowl on the side, plenty of cream.
I shall.
Cool.
Oh, you got another there.
Oh, I have indeed, from Mr. E-Man. $5 Australian. Definitely real money for no ethereal goalposts. Wish I could afford more. Thank you all. Thank you very much, Miss Reed. Appreciate that. And really do. And I know that you do. Well, we all do, don't we, Toon? Where people do super chats, you appreciate it's people reaching into their pockets, giving real money.
Yeah, it's huge. It's better than 1,000 views.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, so thank you again.
Yeah.
So,
somebody asked, "What's up with my camera quality?" And I don't know.
It's not very well. The quality looks okay because I can see it on a larger screen. Oh, actually, it doesn't look too brilliant on tube, does it? But your lighting's quite dark. I don't know if you got lights off.
None of that came through.
I said your room looks quite dark. Oh, he's disappeared. Is he coming back? I can hear him. Maybe he's got issues. Not itches, issues. I don't know what's going on there. Well, hopefully he'll be back in a minute. I really, really hope he'd be back in a minute. I can still hear you, Toon. I don't think he can hear me, though. He might have to reboot or something. I'll leave him there, and we'll just chat for a minute. Let's see what we got in the chat. Because I've seen there's lots of people here. 188 of you. Welcome all. Oh, that's the super chat I just read. It's not the lights, it's the resolution. Yeah, Mr. X, Mr. White, you're right. The resolution looked poor, but if the lighting's not very good, cameras, at least my camera, the quality really plummets as well. I think it might help. Oh, he's back in there. Let's try him again. Hello, hello. Hello. He jumped out of Discord, came back. Can't hear him. Oh dear. I'm really going to have to find another solution because using Discord for video is... Oh, hello. Can you hear me too?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. There's just no video.
Yeah, I have it off for the moment. So, okay. Yeah, it looks like it's having network problems.
Okay, well, we'll stick with voice only and I'll just switch back to me because I'm good looking anyway. So
yes.
You can carry on just with a voice, yeah. So I'm not sure where we got to just there.
Well, just in case anybody's wondering, I did turn on my light. So I look better now, even though you can't see me.
Yeah. Yeah. You sure you don't look better in the dark?
Well, you make a good point.
Yeah. Although Golden Knight's just said it's not the light, it's the glare from Mr. Sensible's head.
Get
be. Out. Get out. Oh, in my latest video, the one about Kyle, someone said something like, "Oh, I love the intro, Mr. S. That was brilliant." Pops.
Who's Pops?
Apparently I am.
Oh, wow.
Pops. Yeah. I wasn't that pleased.
I don't know. What does Pops mean in England?
Well, I guess like old man.
Yeah. Well, here it just means dad mostly, I think.
Yeah. I mean, we don't tend to use it so much here. Someone Turtle Move says, "Did Toon just rage quit?" Oh, Earthrise, thank you very much. $5. Here's to another 1,000 views, thank you. And then Earth is Life, also for $5. I issued a $10 challenge to Chris Berry to make a flat basketball court block half a to make. Oh, I see. To make a flat basketball court, block half a basketball. That would be a challenge. And Skits Crusher's just super chat $2 US saying just because. Indeed, thank you very much, Skits. That's appreciated. So I forgot who it was, made some comment about Pops, and they're always making comments about me being Creaky's dad when actually I'm his younger and better looking cousin. I wish they'd get that right. He's doing typing now. Toon's typing away. This is strange. Can't see him, just hear him typing. Don't know what's happened. It looks like he might be having some issues, which is a great shame.
I hear you now.
Oh, you can hear me now. So, am I dropping out for you? Am I dropping out for you? Spooky. I don't know what's going on there. Such a shame. What's this paging Colonel Sanders? Yeah, Toon's having trouble with technical side. You know, he's been speaking to too many flat earthers, I think. PJ CNET, have you been teaching Toon how to IT? Or was it one of the other flat earthers? Brian Pop Robson, thank you very much. £4.49. How dare you steal my Pops nickname? He can have it back. I don't want it. I'm not Pops. Daddy issues. Who's got daddy issues? And FE peer review. Is that rude? Have you just put some Morse code in there in rude? I don't know. PJCnet, yeah. If I were you, I would clip this. You're right. It looks like Toon can't do tech tonight. Let's get him back in here and try again. Hello, Toon.
Hello.
PJCnet said, "Well, it looks like you can't do tech."
It seems that there's something going on. I just got a message from FTFE that says his internet's down.
Oh.
Now since we definitely aren't both sending data from the NASA bunker on the moon, it's definitely just limited to him. Totally.
Yeah, well, my internet's fine. I haven't had a glitch at all. Everything's running tickety-boo at my end.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tickety-boo, whatever that is.
Tickety-boo. You never heard that?
No.
Oh, it's quite an old phrase. Tickety-boo. Perfect. It's running like clockwork. Everything is tickety-boo.
Being that I just turned 13 yesterday again, I don't know any of that old phrasing.
13 in what number base?
It's Time Lord Science.
And Surf, thank you very much. $5. What's up, Pops?
That's you, not me.
Really?
That's you.
Really? Oh yeah. FE peer review said it's Putin. It could be. It could be, couldn't it? What a mad situation that is. I don't really do politics though, but that's scary. What's going on across Europe right now? Are you getting to hear about all that back where you are?
Yeah, I'm trying to do as much ostriching on that topic as I can.
Yeah. I know what you mean. What can we do? It's just terrible. So what have you got coming up soon then? So you got your $15,000 or your perhaps a bit call it your Bitcoin challenge. The way it varies.
It's 10,000. No, it's indexed to dollars, so it's $10,000.
Okay.
So if the value of Bitcoin happens to drop, the amount that I sent happens to drop below 10,000, they just get the entire amount.
Okay. And if
it
doubles,
it's in the challenge. And if it doubles, they still just get 10,000.
10,000, and you get your money back. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, it'll stay. I mean, maybe if somebody actually wins it, I might say, all right, I'm going to cancel.
I'd understand. But then if you've put up it basically and offered and then paid out $10,000, okay, I think it's fair enough to say, right, fair enough. You had a crack at it. You met the challenge by whatever means. You have now received your payment. $10,000 is enough. I'm not going to risk any more. I think that'd be fair enough. No one else has put forward that much and paid. Yeah.
So the challenge actually specifies that there's only one winner. If anybody wins, then the challenge expires.
Good. Yeah, you have to cross all the T's and dot all the I's with something like that, don't you? Definitely.
Yeah, and I even dot the T's and cross the I's to be sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, all of this is documented on my website on the official challenge page, which goes live at 6:00 p.m. Central Time, which is the same time as the video premieres later today. But then after that, an hour later, I'm doing a live stream with a few other of the people that know a lot about celestial navigation. And we're going to be talking about that, the challenge, just a panel on that. I've invited Lokifish. Darn it. I don't want to get it wrong. Lokifish Mars, is that it?
Yes, it is something like that. Loki, that would be...
Lokifish Mars. Okay,
yeah.
Him. We got Tiny Captain.
Oh, yes.
Maybe Thad, if he's available. Got somebody named Bacon, somebody named Riding on Eggshells. FTFE, and then I've also invited Ranty. So we should have a pretty nice discussion about it. We'll go over it in more detail. But really, the challenge is to be published at 6 p.m. in 3 hours. And
I've just thought something worse than a flat earther meeting your challenge and getting $10,000 of your lovely money.
What's that?
Nathan Oakley meets the challenge and gets $10,000 of your lovely money. Come on, that's got to be the worst of the worst, doesn't it? I think at that point, having lost $10,000 to Nathan Oakley, I would probably recommend closing your channel and living on a little island somewhere. You'd never live that one down, though, would you? Come on, be honest.
No, that would be, yeah. I like what Andreas Eld said. He said, Mr. Sensible, I'm 13 in base 47. So, yeah, I guess you could fix your age if you just change the base.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and Dora and Koo has just sloped in here quietly at the back, hoping no one would notice. We saw Dora. Yeah. We saw.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Now, do you have the same thing? Whenever you see something that a person who is really OCD, when you see something that is like off, like there's two spaces in a row in the middle of a sentence.
Yes.
Do you think, oh, that would drive Dora crazy?
Well, you see, I suffer from CDO, which is a bit like OCD, but the letters are in the proper order.
I have a shirt that says that same thing.
Really? Oh, and second best Bob, £5 said, Mr. Sensible and MCToon, the dream team alive. So I've turned off my TV. Were you watching on the TV? Thank you very much, second best Bob. Oh yeah, thanks Bob. Always thanks Bob. Definitely. What's happened to him, Bob Nadell? Is he doing anything now? I haven't seen him around.
Yeah, Globebusters is they took off. They took some time off over Christmas. I think they're, the one reason why Bob does what he does, the money was declining. So maybe he took a break. I don't know.
Yeah. And what about FE Core? They went very quiet, didn't they?
Well, they got tired of finding globe evidence, I think.
But that was getting quite nasty, weren't they? They were they trying to take someone to court or something? I've forgotten. It was quite a while back now, wasn't it?
They've said that they want to take FTFE to court. That the guy that
filmed outside, wasn't it? A guy filmed outside in the snow outside their building, and they tried to claim it was copyright or something.
Yeah, like that. Good luck on that. Yeah. Then it's not even it's their address, but there's no marquee anywhere, I guess.
Yeah.
Then let's see, the guy that they contracted with to make their mechanical spinning gyroscope, he did that.
Yes.
Did a great job, and it processes exactly as much as it should on a globe rotating at 15 degrees per hour.
Damn.
So they didn't thought, like.
Well, who'd have thought that could have the same fault as the ring laser gyroscope?
How did that happen?
I don't know. Spooky, that, isn't it? It's almost as if there was some sort of conspiracy.
something.
Something like that.
Somehow. Anyway, yeah, I think that they made some threats against that guy who, and something about if any videos of that show up that they're going to do copyright strikes on the videos. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but they're nowhere now anyway, aren't they?
Probably not. I've been blocked on Facebook by one of the main guy, Rick Hummer, I think.
I don't know.
Like I asked him one question in a group somewhere, instant block.
It's so
They can't take criticism at all.
That's what I don't understand. I mean, my comments, I'm sure yours are, they're open to everyone as long as it's not abusive or hateful, disablest or sexist, that sort of stuff. Then we're open to them challenging and spouting that sort of rubbish. But then you look at someone like Matt Powell. I did the video recently where I really had a crack at him about his Columbine shooting video, and someone had put a comment in there saying, why haven't the atheists got anything to say then? And he said, when the atheists make any comments, he said, that's because they've got nothing to say. No, Matt, it's because you blocked everyone who disagrees with you.
Oh, yeah.
It's so disingenuous. Not only to do that, but then to say, well, they've got nothing to say, have they? Yeah. Disgusting. Disgusting.
I sent him an email
asking
if he would debate on my debate channel. I didn't get any word back. It's been 2 months. Maybe I should email again.
Well, he had blocked me the first time I raised a question on his channel, and he's never mentioned videos I have done. I've done, I don't know, 3, maybe, something like that about him. He's never mentioned them until this last one, and he just made some references of some atheist having a go at him. And I believe that. Yeah, I believe that was me. About his Columbine one, that was despicable. Absolutely despicable.
I don't watch any of his stuff, so I don't even know.
Yeah,
sorry.
No, nothing to apologise for. You're probably much the better for it. I tell you, you're not missing much. Not missing much.
I did. Here's an interesting thing. Our favorite, everybody's favorite, young Earth creationist debater is who?
Young Earth
creationist debater. I'll give you a hint. SpongeBob.
Oh, Kent flipping Hovind.
Kent Hovind.
Yeah, friends, folks, there's 7 kinds of evolution, starting with cosmic evolution, chemical evolution. Those slides, Kent, are 20 years old. Unbelievable.
So I was on vacation in Florida last month, in Pensacola, which is the town that his Dinoland used to be in.
Oh, it's not there now. Has he moved it?
Let me tell you.
Yeah,
I saw that. I found out where it was. And on a day when we didn't have much going on and it was not very nice weather, so we weren't going to try to do stuff outside, my wife and family, they're like, okay, let's go. So we went there. We drove to Dinoland, where it used to be, because I'd looked online on the Google Street View, and the gate's still there, the building's still there, and there's a business listed as that location. So I went there. The gates were shut. There's a little gate to the side that was not locked. We could have walked in, but I'm like, we can't do that. I had the whole family with, all 33 kids. So then, so they're like, oh, look over here, there's somebody, and it's this building that's the office of a business connected to a home, an actual home.
Yeah.
And we're over there, and somebody looks out the window and walks to the door. I'm like, oh, we can't run away now. And a lady comes out, nice lady, very, very polite. She's like, oh, and we're like, well, we're just going here because of Dinoland. She's like, oh, well, come on in. I'm doing a piano lesson right now, or I would give you a tour myself.
Okay.
But come through. So seriously, walk through the living room where her student is waiting for her.
Yes.
To finish the piano lesson, and she brings me through the house to what used to, I think, be the garage, and then to where the new addition is, where it's offices. And I go into the offices, and she hands us off, and it's 2 ladies in there that work for Creation Today, I think, a young Earth creation organization, a Christian organization. And we start talking, and then they're like, oh, well, too bad Eric isn't here right now.
Oh, Yes.
Eric
Hovind.
Hovind.
Hold on, I thought he'd been disowned. Or does he own the old
Well,
place?
so guess who walks up 2 minutes later? Eric Hovind.
Wow.
We had, we had, we had. I met Eric Hovind.
When was this?
This was last month.
Have you said
I
anything
have.
about it on your channel?
I just a little bit. You're getting the biggest explanation of it right now.
You heard it here,
Um,
folks.
So he was he's super nice. I really enjoyed talking to him. He brought us out back to where Dino Land used to be. Now he's an adult now. He's married. He's got kids and all this. But as he was growing up, this was where he lived, and this was his dad's thing, and he helped it be built. So, and it's not in good maintenance anymore, but it's still there, and it's the buildings are storage, and he gave us a little tour of the place. And I told him, I do videos. I mostly do flat earth stuff. And he's like, oh, flat earthers. He doesn't like flat earthers. And he actually brought me into his studio. So if you go to his channel, you can see the studio. I was in his studio. And we talked for a while. So I'm not going to say, I won't say what he said, but he isn't a fan of some of the tactics that his dad uses.
Yeah.
And that the piano teacher, that would be Kent Hovind's first wife.
First one, right. Because what's he on? Number 4, isn't he? Is it 4?
I've been told that number 3 wasn't an actual marriage.
Right.
Okay. But anyway, he's on lady number 4.
Yes.
Something like
that. So that site is no longer open, but Kent's still got a Dinosaur Adventureland. Where's that then?
That is it's north of there in, I forgot the state.
Okay. So quite a distance away.
Alabama. It's probably just 2 hours away, I think.
Yeah. Because I did see Kent was doing an invite to atheists that if you go to Dinosaur Adventureland and take, I think it's the 3 tours, there must be different options you can take. If you take the 3 tours anyway, you get a free steak dinner and you can chat to him.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair enough. Although it's a bloody long way to go for a steak dinner, as well as filling his pockets with a bunch of money. Yeah, so... But if I was in the area, I would visit, and also that Ark, the what's the guy's name? I've forgotten.
Ken Ham's
Ark, yes, which was closed because of the bad weather. That's hilarious. I'd probably visit that. Although how far I get before I get thrown out for filming and laughing, I don't know. I don't know. But I think it's probably one of those things you got to do. Okay, I'll give you the $20 or whatever just for the shits and the giggles,
Yeah.
There we go. Well, it's a shame that you didn't meet Kent then, because this isn't the place to go through all their family issues. That I guess a lot of that's private. But the two of them had a falling out anyway, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, so Eric lives in the vicinity and works in the same connected building to where his mom lives. So he's still close to his mom, right? And so Kent did whatever he did, and Eric is still with his mom. So I can see that there would. You can probably fill in whatever. I can only guess.
Yeah.
At some of the challenges that somebody might have, being the kid of this situation. So. And
I mean, everyone has families. Any family can have issues. So.
Absolutely, yeah. So, well, anyway, it was a good conversation.
Yeah.
I'm going to have did we freeze again?
No, you're not on video.
Froze again.
No, I can still hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. It's all robot-y.
Oh dear. It was all going so well. Someone said, Turtmoo says the steak dinner is probably cheaper than the 3 tours. Oh, he's jumping out. Probably going to jump back into Discord again. I'll keep an eye out for him. Oh, this MC Toon and his technical abilities, eh? It's dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. I don't hold out much hope for him keeping hold of his $10,000 at this rate. Let's hope that you're not relying on technical issues to keep your 10,000, MC Toon.
Still.
No. Hello.
Yeah.
Can you see me all right?
I can. Well, if you turn off your video, it might help. Can you turn off your video?
I can do that. 1 second. There we go. Let's see if that helps the situation.
No, it doesn't actually.
No.
Yeah.
So I don't look any better in the dark either.
It's definitely Discord.
Yeah, we have had Discord issues before, and occasionally some people, especially if they're using a phone, not being able to get in, it just won't allow them. What a shame. Oh, he's jumped out again. I'm now concerned that we may lose Toon. He's jumped back in again. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, right, yes, I can hear you. You're clear as a bell this end.
It seems to be better now, yeah. It's
good.
hit and miss.
Good. Yeah, so, I mean, I wouldn't mind meeting him. I wouldn't mind meeting Kent either. I'd be able to have a chat without getting nasty or upset. And
yeah,
you know.
So the plan is that he might come on my channel. I might go on his just to talk about flat Earth, and I want to ask him if he would come on to the Toon Show to do something. I don't know if he would debate or not, but to do something. So
that'd be a nice catch, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah.
Yeah, you get a lot of views for that, definitely. Would you try?
Well, you know,
yeah, go on.
I should. Yeah, after you asked this question, but I should head out after this then.
Yeah, I did say that I know we're pushing time for you because you've got that really, really important stuff to do that you told me about.
The housework. Yep, I got a camper to empty.
Oh dear. Yeah, I do. I really, really appreciate you joining me tonight because it was short notice. Because I was going to be chatting about Kyle, and then we bumped into each other. Oh, you DM'd me, hadn't you, on Discord? And then you were there, and I thought, oh, well, I'll just ask you, and you said yes. So thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It's been good, everybody. I would say sub to Mr. Sensible, but if they're here, they already have.
Probably have, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those who don't know me,
sub on all of your sock accounts, people.
Yeah, thank you. And if anyone hasn't heard of MCToon before, then please jump over to his channel and give him a sub too. It'd be much appreciated, wouldn't it? Because we've had this theory that me and Toon, we've been going up in subs like this, but now he's sort of gone ahead, close on 2,000 ahead now, isn't it? I think so.
Yeah, we need to stay even. So people.
Although I
don't care how you do it. Cheat if you need to. Yes. He needs more subs.
I did explain that I have this elastic theory of subscriber counts, and the further ahead he goes, the more I'm going to spring past him when I do. This will be interesting. Yes. See if we can prove this theory. Of course, if that happens, he'll have to give me $10,000. Yeah.
Is that no? That's not.
No, it is. Wasn't it? It is. You implicitly agreed by coming on the channel tonight.
What?
It's in the contract.
What contract?
The one that I'm going to send you pre-signed.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks a lot.
You take care, my friend, and good luck with the stream and the challenge. Looking forward to it. All the best. All right, I'll chuck you into the other room. Thanks, mate. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye. Oh, that's brilliant. I do love that guy. He is such a nice guy, genuinely is. And I know that you guys know it too. So let's get someone, and he's run away now. That's it. So let's get someone in. Let's get everyone in who's here. So we got Gary, we got Nim, and we got Captain Welshie. Hello, good evening, and welcome, guys.
Howdy, y'all.
There's Gary. Good evening to you. And Welshie, are you here?
Yep, we're here, nice and clear. I was on mute. I do apologise.
No, nothing to apologise. And Nimrod, hello. How about you?
Hello there, sir. Can you hear me?
We can indeed.
Excellent.
I see it. Steve Wilson says, elastic theory. Are you buying into Gary Wybenga's science? No. This is YouTube science. You wait and see. Toon's going to be there. He's going to be inching up, and I'm going to go straight past him. That's the plan. Definitely. And he did fail to read the end user license agreement, Mr. Andrat. He did. So how are you guys? All right?
We're okay. We're good.
Good.
Can't complain.
I'll be fine.
Hey, I want you to, guys, can you define smug bastard? How would you define that?
Arrogant asshole.
FTFE after every single debate he wins.
I tell
Being
you,
very
said
good
that.
at something and rubbing in someone's face.
No, I tell you what, I am that smug bastard. Do you know what I did the day before yesterday? I put an order in for 6 fence panels, which arrived yesterday morning at 10 o'clock, just before the big storm, which then blew out a bunch of fence panels. Nobody on this island is going to be able to get hold of fence panels now because everyone's going to be wanting to buy them. Yes,
Jesus.
I have 3
Nice.
spare. They cost me 30 quid a pop. I'm selling them at 80 if anyone wants them. That's twice in my life.
You're all right there.
That's twice in my life. There was a few years back, I went into work after a really snowy weekend, and I asked this guy if he'd had a good weekend. He said, yeah, the roads were terrible. We couldn't go anywhere, so we just walked out onto this local road bridge and watched the lack of traffic. He said the only people there were a couple smug bastards in Land Rovers, and I said I was that smug bastard. So yes, I have. Dora, you're right. You need to invest in me because I've bet on fence panel futures. It's a new
You're
thing.
worth more than Bitcoin.
Yes. Well, I did have a pop on Bitcoin a couple of years back. I bought £50 worth, and then of course the price collapsed. But I'm probably in profit now. I'm not sure where my wallet or code is. I've got it somewhere. I don't know where. But trying to cash out is a terrible thing. How the hell are you supposed to cash out? Does anyone know? Has anyone ever cashed out? And good evening, George.
Don't ask me.
Hi there. I might need to turn my audio down a bit because you guys are probably gonna pick up some echo because I still can't get my headphones working. But
No,
how's
it
been?
sounds all right now. I just had a look. It's a nice level. Keep it as it is for now, anyway. I've only got you on
What?
164%.
I was saying turn down the audio coming through my computer so that you guys don't hear the audio from my computer through my mic.
I see.
Sound all right to me.
Yeah, everything sounds okay.
That's good.
It
How
is.
you guys?
Not so bad, thanks. Not so bad.
That's good.
Yeah, so Dora says send me your coins and I'll do it for you. You can trust me really. Yeah, Dora, it's not a life-changing amount. I bought £50 worth, sort of 0.00012% of a Bitcoin or whatever the hell it was, just to try to the process. And I thought, I did it. I can do it. Right, I'm going to invest a chunk. And I went to buy, and it says you can't because you're a new account, and we need to make sure the money's through and everything stays, doesn't get reversed or whatever. So I didn't invest it at the large amount I was going to. And it's just as well because then the price dropped. So I left it at the £50, which was just a test amount. But I'd like it back because it's never going. Well, I was going to say it was never going to change my life, but then look at what poor MCToon said. He bought what is it, a few grams of silver for 42 bitcoins. Oh my God! What is the price of a bitcoin now?
I think it's like 30,000. A buddy of mine had 2 bitcoins, and I can't remember what he said, but he lost the password to the account or something, and he has 2 bitcoin, but he just can't access it.
Well,
Oh,
right. So what that silver cost Toon is a few grams of silver, 42 bitcoins, is £1.26 million.
Yep.
Oh,
That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt.
just a bit.
Language, sorry.
Yeah, I said about my lack of an investment, so I didn't actually lose any money. I failed to make some money a few years back. That sort of pales into insignificance compared to that. But he's not the only one. People bought pizzas with a few bitcoins as well.
One of the big problems with Bitcoin, though, is the infatuation how much it's worth. Because I think during the summer last year, it was worth something like $50,000 per Bitcoin or something. It was something insane.
Well, that's right. It's a total punt, isn't it? You have no idea what it's going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Blue Feather's got about $45 in Bitcoin from passive mining. But yeah, so I have a small amount. It was annoying. It was just a test because the process of doing it is not straightforward. And I think that cost me about £15 in fees to get it. So I wasn't best pleased, but I thought, okay, that's just a small amount. Yes, the fees are going to be out of kilter, and when I make my larger investment punt, the fees won't be so bad. But of course, I never got to make that. I'm quite glad now. But even with a fee taking a large chunk, I wouldn't mind getting my money back out. But I have no idea how to change it into cash. No idea. I'll have to find out about it sometime, but it's not that sort of large amount that I'm going to particularly worry about it. But sorry, who was it said that they had a friend with 2 bitcoins?
That was me.
Because there are white hat hackers who will, for sort of 20 or 25%, they will crack the code on wallets for you.
Oh,
Because there was it was in the news recently, and someone had quite a lot of money. I forget the amount, £100,000 or whatever the hell it was, and they hired these white hat hackers to do it, and they take, I think they took 20%. Hey, they were going to lose it. I think it's is it what they call a cold wallet? But basically, there was only so many attempts, and then it would be locked and lost forever. And they worked
about that.
Yeah, they worked out a way to hack it. It involved all sorts of things. It may have even involved freezing the wallet. I don't know. It was quite interesting. I read it at the time. But they did manage to crack it, got the bitcoins out, and got their 20%. Good for them. And the person.
From what I remember from that story, I think he had 1 or 2 attempts left on his password to end it correctly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if he didn't, they would lock the account forever, like you said.
Yeah.
He's an American guy, apparently.
But it's 2 things. I mean, locking the account forever is not, that doesn't actually help the owner. If you were trying to crack it, and break into my wallet, and you have attempt after attempt after attempt, okay, then it locks it, so you can't try anymore. Brilliant. But I can't get it either. My own money. Because that seems a bit silly. If it locked it for a long period, or, I don't know, it invoked some secondary security thing, like, I don't know, your mother's maiden name or something. Do you know what I mean? So some other means, like when they do something like, what do you call it? 2-step verification, that type of thing. Some other way of verifying. That would be okay. But locking it forever, basically burning it, that doesn't help the original owner anyway. I would rather the thief got it. At least I'd stand a chance of getting it back.
Or at least then it would be used and like not just stuck in a safe somewhere. Yeah. I just literally just messaged my buddy Jake, and I told him about the white hat hackers could maybe help him get his Bitcoin back. But
Welshie, was it on the BBC? They had a story about it. Perhaps someone can have a quick look about it. It was recently in the news, within the past 3 or 4 days, anyway. Yes, you're right, Doranku. If the number of tries are unlimited, you could brute force, and it is a deterrent. But hey, if I'm trying to hack your account, why not have another crack and another crack? Oh, it's locked. Oh well, I've lost nothing. You've lost your money. You'd think there'd be some way. Yes, you want to prevent brute force just trawling through every permutation, but it's got to be some way. Otherwise, as I think George said, it's gone forever for everyone.
Yeah, and I really, Bitcoin's probably one of the only topics that I feel as bottom in the middle of the Dunning-Kruger chart as I possibly could. I have no idea what it does or what it is, and I'm too daunted to even try to figure it out, because I'm just going to accept the fact that sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I saw Jesse said, I have a friend who wants to invest in Bitcoin. It sounds like a bad idea. Well, Jesse, I'd have to say, don't put anything in Bitcoin that you can't afford to totally lose, because potentially it could disappear. But I'm not so sure I'd call it investment. You can't really study it like stocks and shares and company performance and stuff like that. I mean, that's not something I know about, but you can't really do it in Bitcoin. There's no way to really predict it, is there?
It's possibly good if you're really, really up on all of the technology and stuff like that goes along with Bitcoin. and know how to keep it safe without getting hacked or anything like that.
Right, thank you. Someone has just provided the link to the story. You guys are amazing. Let me just send it to Jord.
And then I'll just
There
send
you
it
go.
to Jay.
Hackers helped me find my lost Bitcoin fortune.
Can you
There you
send
go.
me that as well?
Sorry, who was that? Who said that?
Me, Welshie.
Well, sheet. Right, 1 second. Where are we? Message.
And I will let you guys know if
Yes, of course. I think they take about 20%. I take a nice, reasonable 10. Of that.
if I was him and I had like $60,000 sitting somewhere and somebody was like, "Hey, we can get it back for about 15,000 of it." Yes, do it.
Absolutely,
Now,
it's better than not having it at all. Absolutely. So I don't know how much. I didn't read the story again, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That they got. I hope. I genuinely hope, George, that your friend manages to get them back. I mean, I like I said, I'm not sure where my Bitcoin wallet password thing is. I do have it somewhere. I just got to think where the hell I put it safe. But if push came to shove, I've lost 50 quid. It's not going to ruin my life. I'd rather not lose 50 quid, but it's not the end of the world.
It's pretty much the same thing advice you'd give to any investor, which is, don't don't put all your eggs in one basket. I mean,
yeah.
If you're comfortable with losing it, sure.
Yeah.
Throw it in.
Yeah. If it's some spare cash and you want to take a punt, you might do very, very, very well. I mean, if MCToon had kept it, I don't know when he mined those 42 coins, but I guess that was a few years back. Yeah, he's sitting on £1.25 million today. Unfortunately, he isn't. Oh dear. And Luke Filewalker, and I love that name. Thank you, Luke. It's super chatty €5. I tried to mine Ethereum, but it took me more than 1 year to mine one coin. It's insane. It is. The amount of energy that's expended on Bitcoin mining now is just madness, isn't it? Aren't they expending more energy than the usage of a small country just to mine coins now?
Yeah, it's insane. You got like massive amounts of servers just going all the time.
Yeah. So whereas at the start you or I could potentially mine coins on your home PC, you couldn't now. You need a server. Well, I suppose you could, but the chance of you chance of you actually being the person to mine the coin is virtually nil. So.
Well, basically, you need now to basically get any sort of Bitcoin out. You need a PC and server and a room the size of a small factory unit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
And then the cooling for that lot cost a fortune, which is why people are setting up in places like Iceland or wherever, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
But wasn't it Elon Musk said for a short while he'd take Bitcoin in payment for Tesla cars? Yes. Wonderful. Tesla cars, very energy efficient. A method of paying for it, the most inefficient method of all time.
Well, that was just after his little thing with Dogecoin, and he had a little. Remember back in the summer last year, him and I forget who else it was. They had a little spat, and basically he dumped and pumped a lot of money into Dogecoin, and the value of Dogecoin went through the roof.
Well, this is it. It doesn't take much to shift these things, and with Bitcoin, you've got a lot of the people who were there right at the beginning who have numerous Bitcoins. I believe they're known as sharks. So if they start dumping, then the price crashes just like that. And then, of course, they can buy back in and end up with more. Shorting, I guess, shorting Bitcoin. Scary stuff.
But the thing is, Dogecoin started as a joke. It started as a meme, but it's just like when memes become reality, it's kind of it's just kind of scary in a way.
Yeah. I wouldn't hold out that much trust in it. I think, but for anything I could put into it, Bitcoin would have to. The chance of Bitcoin crashing and not being non-existent now are quite slight, I think. But you could certainly lose a hell of a lot of money if you put a lot of money in it, easily. Oh, do you know, I'm still thinking about Toon on his 42 coins. But at the time, I mean, that's what they were worth then. However many ounces of silver he bought, that's what they were worth then.
It reminds me a lot of back in the day. I got a Journey into, or is it Journey into Mystery 83? I don't remember exactly what the comic issue was, but it was Thor's first ever appearance in a comic
I see.
book.
A comic, yes.
Of course, as a kid, I wanted to read the comic. I opened the comic. I read the comic. I showed it off to all my friends. I still have it, but if I had kept it in its original packaging, if I had kept it mint condition, it would be like 3-4 times as valuable as it is today. It's still valuable. People still, like, there are collectors who would sell an arm and a leg for it, but they would sell more for a mint condition one.
I've got a couple of Star Trek ones. You know, what is it? It's not DC Comics, but the American style comics, Star Trek ones, originals still in their packets that I was given as a present. I don't know quite what to do with them because, of course, I'm not a collector of those things. I know that if I open them, they become comparatively worthless, so I won't do that because I'd rather at some point they went to someone who wants a mint condition unopened one. But yeah, we've all had things, toys we've had as children that now, if they were like Star Wars toys, Star Wars figures, and that, if you had them still in the original box unopened, they're worth a fortune. But
the original 1977 ones are going for the roof.
Yeah, but then at the time they were toys for kids, and you know what do you expect? Kids going to play with them. They wouldn't be valuable if there wasn't an awful lot of kids who had managed to trash them, taking those ones out the market.
Well, have you heard about, like, talk about toys and that? I used to love Matchbox and Hot Wheels when I was a kid, right? And I was thinking of, like, buying Hot Wheels and doing it up and selling them on, like, you know, restoration, it's called, Hot Wheels restoration or Matchbox restoration, right? And it's absolutely insane. This is little cottage industries, especially on YouTube, but actually people are doing up all Matchbox toys and all Hot Wheels toys.
But it's not just those toys. Some of these guys, I've seen a couple of them. It's absolutely astonishing. They take an old, as you say, a Hot Wheels toy or the little Thunderbird model, dinky type models, the metal ones, and these ones have got dented, the plastic bits have broken, there's stains or half the stickers have come off, they're rusted, and they end up making them look like brand new. It is astonishing. And the Elmix has super chatted €5. Thank you, Elmix, and says these are not imaginary coins, these are real money. They certainly are, the Elmix. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I really got into a guy. He's an Australian guy who was born in Britain, but he emigrated to Australia when he was a kid. A guy called Marty's Matchbox makeovers, right. and he goes and he does up the original Matchboxes. You know, when I tried to think the name of the company. What are they called? There was something Matchbox.
They were what?
Can't think the name of the company now.
What, they also made little model cars?
No, Matchbox. I can't think the name of the actual company. It was something Matchbox.
Right.
But anyway, he takes these original Matchbox toys. They were before the Superfast era. The Superfast era was you could just roll them on the floor and then they won't stop. With the original Matchboxes, you couldn't do that. But he takes these the original Matchboxes and the people to send him all the way from around the world and he does them all up into their original condition and that. Pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well, if anyone, I don't know what they title them, but some of the restoration videos on
Leslie,
YouTube,
that was the name of the company, Leslie Matchbox.
Okay. But some of the restoration videos on YouTube of these sort of toys and things from the 70s and before, absolutely astonishing. And I see that Mr. E-Man says he's got several silver coins commemorating the 50th anniversary of the moon landing. I've got...
got a gold one.
Sorry?
I have a gold one of those.
A gold one, okay.
Yeah.
I've got a Queen Elizabeth Silver Jubilee from, was it 1977 coin? But of course there was an awful lot of them. Masses of people have them. I just have to hope a lot of people have lost them.
I'll be right back.
Oh, Rich901 says if you don't play with the toys, they get sad. Yes. Matchbox Lesney, says Demon Orb.
Les Nima. Yeah, that's the couldn't remember the name of it. The firm. It was because I forget the factory used to be in London, I think, originally.
And Second Best Bob says my mate has £30,000 invested in so many different cryptos. I worry for him. Well, if your mate is a multimillionaire and the whole lot goes pop, it's not going to kill him. But if he's an ordinary guy, and that's his hard-earned money, that is scary, isn't it? I mean, yes, he could make an absolute fortune. Yeah, definitely. But he could lose it all as well. That's the thing about investments. Investment's great when it comes out on the up, but if it goes the other way, it's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Yeah.
I just say like with cryptocurrency, it's kind of like putting a bet on a horse race.
Yeah.
If you're going to put like £20 down on a horse, and you got to accept, you might not get that 20 quid back.
Yeah. Well, that's right. I've said before, I'm not a gambling man. I don't bet. I don't gamble. When I was a teenager, I had friends who'd stand there at a fruit machine putting in coin after coin after coin. With me, no. If I walked past and I happened to have a coin, I might just put it in, and I'd come out with a profit more often than they would.
I've seen people put like for those fruit machines or bandits, as we call them in South Wales. I've seen people dump like hundreds of pounds in one night, and that's just in a local pub.
I did have a mate who realised that the machine had broken. He played it all night, and every so many things he was coming. It was instead of sort of a 90%, a 97% take or 97% return, but the always keeping 3%. It was working the other way. So the more he played it, the more he ended up with until they came over and shut the machine off. But he had what he had. He didn't cheat. It's just the machine wasn't working properly. He was happy.
Not his fault. That's not his fault at all.
No, that's right. He's doing nothing wrong. Nothing wrong at all. But no, I'm not a gambler. I don't think gambling per se is evil. And I have no problem with people. Someone at work, she basically constantly bets on the horses. It's only sort of 50p here or £1 there or whatever. And she's just got this pot, and when she that's right. And when she gets her winnings, she doesn't take it out. She keeps it there and just keeps playing with it. And just tries to keep that small pot of money going because she enjoys the thrill of picking winners and so on. And that's great. The problem comes when someone thinks, I can win. I will make money from this. That's when it gets dangerous.
There are professional gamblers. But the one thing you've got to realize is that you say if you went to the races and had £100, you always set a limit to £100 betting money, and that's it.
Yeah. If you accept that's the cost, like this is the cost of going to the cinema, this is the cost of going to the restaurant, this is the cost of going to a day's racing, whatever, or to a casino, whatever. Mm-hmm. Again, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, if someone goes in thinking I'm good at this, I can win. I know I lost all those other times, and when I did win, I put it all back in and lost that as well. Yeah, that's no good's going to come of that, I'm afraid.
Another thing is like all this chasing it, especially if you say if you like got you put a bet on a horse, and the horse lost by a head, right?
Right.
It went to like a replay, and your horse lost. And then you throw down a bet in anger and try to chase to get your money back. That's when you
exactly
doubling down or whatever.
It kind of goes back to what Mr. S said earlier. Don't use something you're not comfortable in losing.
Yeah.
I used to live down the street from a pretty big casino in Michigan, and me and a few of my buddies would go there at least once a month. And I'd always have like $200 that I would allow myself to spend. Yeah. And I think the most I ever walked away with was like $50 extra than I went in there with. And my buddy Jackson, who I would go with basically every time, he lost like $700 one day. And he was like, come on, man, I just got to make it back. I just got to make it back. I'm like, no, we are going home because you're not going to be losing $1,400.
Yeah, that's definitely dangerous, isn't it? Yeah, if you've walked in there, whether you can afford the 100, the 500 or 1,000 or $10,000, whatever it is you can afford to walk in and throw away, play with that. And if you walk out with some of it or all of it or make a profit, that's great. But yeah, But I do understand people become very, very addicted. We have someone in our family years back who was extremely addicted to gambling. I know how much it's a real thing, and I know how much it affected his life. But as I said, I would never criticise someone for saying, "Hey, I like betting on the horses." That's fine.
Right.
Or having a go at a casino. Yeah.
My mom, she plays the Powerball numbers all the time, and
Oh yeah.
that one's fine, you know, because people around here call it the stupid tax, but I mean,
They say that here as well. But someone is going to win, and if it,
Yeah, you're just
It's that
throwing
famous saying:
$12.
you know in it, you can't. You
Yeah.
know in it if you can't win it.
well, I very, very nearly won £10 million on the lottery. My neighbour won it. I'll tell you what I used to do. It used to drive my missus up the wall. They used to announce the lot. They used to make it into a big show rather than just say, "Here's the lottery numbers for this week. There you go. There's the win." They used to make it a big
Saturday
show.
night, yeah.
Sorry.
Used to be on a Saturday night.
Yeah. So what I used to do, because we hadn't bought a ticket, I used to write down 6 numbers. And she said, "Why are you writing down the numbers?" I said, "Well, these are the numbers I would have used if I'd have bought a ticket." "No, you can't do that." I said, "Well, why not? I'll see if I would have won." She said, "Yeah, but if you would have won, if you won, you'll be kicking yourself." I said, "Well, yeah, but at least I know that it's never worth buying a lottery ticket again because I'm not going to get them twice. You know, the chance of getting them twice is nil or virtually." And of course, I never ever got more than 2 numbers right, I think. So think of all those pounds I saved by not playing. So it's a win-win as far as I was concerned. But she was spitting teeth at me at the time. There we go. Everyone's gone quiet.
Too quiet, sorry.
A little too quiet, yeah.
Yeah, my dad does the Euro Millions one, and I guess like £2.50 a go on each line now, and it's it's great if you win and you get a couple of numbers, you know, and you can make your money back. Great. But also at the same time, because we did since like COVID and that, we've been doing it online. It's just easier, and of course my old man caught COVID back in about November this year, but he's doing all fine now. But like I look at it and I just think like I think like he just picks the same numbers and there always 4 lucky dips or something like that.
Yeah.
If it's like a massive rollover, you can justify spending it. If it's like over 90 to 100 million pound, then yeah, no problem.
Well,
but when it's like,
I'll tell you what, if you put the numbers in on that and you won 100 million, if it was me, I would be richer than you because as well as the 100 million, I'd do some window cleaning on the side.
oh yeah.
Just a few extra quid,
Yeah, but I mean, like it's nice to dream about, but imagine if you did actually win it, and your mind would just be, I don't know what would happen.
Yeah.
Has anybody here ever heard of Keno? Keno, Keno?
I've heard of it. I don't know what it is, but I have heard of it.
It's basically gambling, and you do it like a lot of bars or grills or like family eating establishments will have it, mostly places that sell alcohol, and basically it's like Powerball, you pick your numbers and then, excuse me, I'm sorry, I think I have COVID. I've been getting really out of breath recently.
Oh man, you look after yourself. Have you get yourself tested?
Yeah, that's happening tomorrow. My mom's taking me because I can't drive myself, but anyway, what I was saying was basically you pick your numbers and then in like 5 minutes it'll throw the numbers up on the screen, and if you've hit enough numbers you win money, and most of the time you don't. My mom, she plays that a lot. That's her other gambling outlet, and she always puts me and my siblings birthdays as her numbers. Yeah. She works against herself because our birthdays are the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, and the 15th. And there's like 500 numbers you can pick from, and she just clusters all of hers right there in the middle.
Well, when the lottery first started in the UK, a guy I worked with told me that he was in the post office, was one of the places you could buy tickets, and someone said, "I don't know what numbers to get," and he said, "Put down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6." They said, "Don't be stupid, that will never come up." Yeah, it will. Well, the chance of that, exactly, the chance of you picking the numbers are so slight. Sophocles K said, Mr. S, what you just said happened to a friend of mine by accident. He forgot to buy a ticket with the numbers he wrote, and he would have won. Yeah, you're going to kick yourself that time, but your friend should never ever buy a lottery ticket again, because if there was not much chance of winning the first time, there's infinitely less chance of getting it a second, I'm sure. But
Speaking of Keno,
yeah, go ahead, Gary.
I live in Nevada, which is probably the capital of Keno.
Yeah.
Practically every casino has a Keno runner.
And yet that's something that's just not over here, I don't think. But I'm just, like I said, I'm not a gambler. I have never ever stepped into a betting shop, not a single time. Not because I think they're bad or evil or anything like that, but because I just have never had any need to, and I don't want to get addicted to gambling anyway.
I mean, even if you do want to play like the gambler, there's like hundreds of there's actually a poker thing that I've been shown recently that you get like itty bitty bits of currency. I think I have like at this point 1/10 of a cent in some Bitcoin cryptocurrency, and it's literally it's fun to gamble without, the games are fun. I just don't like the whole losing money thing.
Well, yeah, that's the downer with gambling, isn't it? And Marius says the odds of winning the Euro Millions is 1 in 139,838,160. Yeah, it's true. But then, of course, some people have won, and they've won many, many millions. Oh, there's that Spanish thing, El Gordo, the fat one, the massive lottery. That's a really big one, isn't it? Although whether Euro Millions is now the equivalent, I don't know.
Have you guys
notice they never advertise the losers, though.
No. Well, there's no room, is there? Yeah, this guy won. All of these lost. Great.
I've lived in Nevada now for close to 8 years. Maybe I've dropped $25 into casinos.
Yeah.
All total.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
I don't think it's the place to live if you are someone who has trouble with gambling.
Back in my day, I think I spent upwards of $500 at the casino, but like I said, that was just me hanging out with the friends. It's no different than me spending $500 at a bar, except I didn't get drunk.
Yeah. and if it's an amount you're willing to lose, you've got the however long it took to spend that time enjoying it and getting excitement. There's nothing wrong with it, but. Yeah, there are people who are addicted to it. There are people who cannot walk away, cannot accept that, okay, I've spent that money. That's the ticket price for that fun. I'll try and win it back. As soon as they start trying to win it back, that they've had it. Really have. And Blue Feather says, I won a scratch of 15,000 when I turned 21. Very nice, Blue. 15 grand. Wow.
I remember the old scratch cards. That was another thing my mum and my dad were pretty big on back in the day.
David Oliver, thank you, David, for £5. Says, Mr. Sensible, I wouldn't want to play Russian roulette. It's freaking crazy, and you could die. Yeah. And
there's some Russian roulette going on now, isn't it? And especially Ukraine.
Well, with any one round, though, you've got 5-to-1 odds of winning, so that's actually pretty good odds compared to... the National Lottery. Depends if you have to pay £1 to have a go, though, doesn't it? Yeah. Do people really play Russian roulette? I don't know.
I used to have a drinking game that it was basically a gun, like a little airsoft gun, and it was Russian roulette. In one of the chambers, you could put a shot, and you would spin the thing and you would pass the gun around and you would point it at your mouth and pull the trigger, and it's just Russian roulette with a shot, and either
that's almost as dangerous as bullets, isn't it? And Dr. Osiris, thank you, Doctor, super chatted £2 saying 2 lucky dips, please. Good for you, Doctor. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you really want to do the lottery, instead give me the money, and at the end of a year, I'll give you half of it back again. That's actually really generous. That's a good deal, that is. It's a good deal.
Yeah, but how do you if you do about the winnings though?
Yeah, but you don't pick any numbers. I'm just going to say, you give me £10 a month, and then at the end of the year, I'll give you £60. That's a win compared to you playing the lottery. And if you're not going to check it with actual numbers, you'd never know. So as far as you know, you're just a winner. You should be pleased. I've saved you from walking away with nothing. Oh, it's because I'm a nice guy. I shall make my PayPal details well known, so anyone who wants to take me up on that.
So that you can request
yeah, right.
compensation for all of Mr. Sensible's bad investment.
For Sextant,
And then I'll take the 60 and I'll invest it in lottery tickets.
you invest in Bitcoin more.
Or Bitcoin, yes. Yes, but I won't.
How about the Brooklyn Bridge? You want to invest in the Brooklyn Bridge?
Oh, is that for sale again? Well, I would do. Only this very nice man sold me the Eiffel Tower, so that's all right.
See, I've actually bought somebody in my recent family, in my immediate family, a plot of land in Scotland to become a lord.
Have you?
Oh, I heard about this.
I went through it just because one of his nicknames in our little group of family members that we have. 'Cause I got a huge family, but there's only like 3 or 4 of us that actually hang out together, and we always call him Lord what his name is because he's always so uppity and snotty and snooty. And as a gift one year, we all pulled our money together and we got him. He is now Lord his name, and I would say his last name, his real name, but I don't know about that.
Lord George said, or whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah, Lord George said's uncle.
An FE peer review says, when I was living in the States, I'd buy 1 lotto ticket per year. I figured it was an infinite increase on my odds of winning over buying no ticket. Actually, you're very correct. That's true. And Unlocked actually owns the London Bridge, so that's cool. And do you remember that? What's that game? American show where they have 3 doors and they can choose a door
to make a deal.
Yes. Now that is a really interesting puzzle, isn't it? Because people cannot see and understand odds. So what is it? There's 3 doors. One has got a prize. You don't know which one it is. You pick a door, but it's not opened. Then the host will tell you. Well, what was it? He could tell you that one of the doors. You could then change your mind and pick one of the other doors, or stick with the one you got. But he would tell you something about the doors, wouldn't he? Did he say that you've not got the one with the prize, or I can't remember.
Usually, if he does give because I know it's a lot different these days than what it was.
The Monty Hall problem. Thanks, guys.
It's. I think sometimes he would, Monty, not really Wayne Brady who hosts it today, but Monty would give small hints as to what was inside of the doors, before you would pick them. And then after he switched, he would give the same descriptions, but changes inflection a bit and making the other one sound a bit more appealing. And
well, Ace Fox has just explained. So there's 3 doors, A, B, and C. I choose door B. The host opens either A or C. One of those is a losing door. So I've still got B with my name on it, which may or may not contain a prize. And the other door that the host did not open, let's say it's A, also could contain the prize. So the question is, do I stick with B or do I change it to A? And the answer is change it to A. That increases your odds, which is really, really odd when you think about it. But it is true. You have increased odds of picking the door if you change your choice, which sounds nuts. So, as people said, it's the Monty Hall problem. It's really interesting, and it tells you about odds and so on. There are plenty of websites that explain it and why you should change your door. It's basically the fact is, when you took your first choice, I chose B. I had a 1 in 3 chance of being wrong. But once the host has ruled out C, and it's either A or B, I should change, because then I've got a 1 in 2 chance of being correct. You think, well, it's just still 1 in 2 if I stick with that. But it isn't, because when I chose, it was 1 in 3. It's really one of those things that it's hard to get your head around because it doesn't seem right, but it is.
Yeah. I thought you were going somewhere completely different, which is why I broke down like how Monty Hall hosted and what he would say. But yeah, I've heard of that. I'm not too mathematically inclined, so I can basically get the gist of what you're saying. But once you get into probability, my brain goes, "Yeah, it's too advanced for you. Shut down."
Clive has just explained.
What's happening on Escape?
Okay, Clive's just explained. If I don't switch, I had a 1 in 3 chance of winning. If I win with switching, I need to pick a losing door to start with, which is double the chance.
Oh.
Yeah, so Sophocles says you get 66% chance when you change the door. So you change from 1 in 3 to 2 in 3. Because I've had, in effect, 2 guesses. Yeah.
Is this only me, or is Mr. Sensible really robot-y?
No, I'm wonderful. It's you guys via Discord. It's Discord playing up, not.
I can't access your video on Discord. I can't see your live streaming actually.
There you go. I didn't have it switched on because I switched it off for Toon. Sorry, guys. That's all.
Yeah, for once my tech is actually working and I haven't had a single problem with audio tonight.
Brilliant. So you've nicked all the bandwidth. That's the answer.
That's it.
Hey, I'm gonna drop out because everybody's like breaking up and being really robot-y.
Well, listen,
I'll be right back.
listen, George. I'm actually going to wind up now anyway. I know it's not been the longest of streams, but I've got work tomorrow anyway, which is why I started it all a little earlier. So I'm going to thank you guys. So George, Welshie, and Gary. There isn't anyone else in there, is there? Oh, sorry. Yeah, Nimrod as well. Sorry, you were just hidden off the bottom of the screen there, Nim.
Sorry.
So thank you very much for joining me. And I hope you enjoyed it and enjoyed MCToon being on here, which I did. He's such a nice guy.
Always love an MCToon. He's one of my favorite people, just generally. One of my favorite people.
Yeah, well, in the many dealings I've had with him, I come away each time and think, what a nice chap. What a, really good guy. And it hasn't changed as of tonight either. So
genuinely kind creator.
Yes. Oh, just talking about this Monty Hall problem, Hads has explained, yes, I've seen that example before. Imagine there were 100 doors. You pick one, you got 1 in 100 chance of getting it right. The host opens 98 of the other doors. Now, should you stick with your original one or the other one, which could have the prize? There you go. That really does sort of bring it home. But it's a peculiar thing to think about. Right, guys, I'll check you into the live waiting room so you can have a chat if you wish, okay? So,
okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Yes. Good night.
Good night, Welshie. Good night, Gary. Good night, Nimrod. And I think George has had to run. So, people, thank you very much for... Sorry, I'm just switching desktop audio off. Thank you very much for enjoying me, for joining me. I enjoyed it once again. I've had a good number of people in here. It was great having MCToon. Toon, if you are watching back again, thank you. I appreciate you dropping in at such short notice. Do check out his $10,000 challenge, which is out a bit later, and his live stream after. Thank you very much for everyone who comes in, for all the comments, the super chats, my members, my patrons. I do appreciate each and every one of you. I'm just going to check to make sure that I haven't missed anything. I think I've been catching them real time, but let me just have a quick scan through. Russian roulette, imaginary coins, things. Yeah. I think I've got them all. Yes, I have. So thank you very much. I wouldn't want to miss them out. Please take care. Once again, they give me the worst of the worst shifts coming up this week because they all sort of start mid-morning or not early morning, but then go on into the evening, which doesn't leave me much time. I will be having from 25th of February, I've got 4 days off again, my normal pattern, and then 3 days work, and then with a day to get sorted, I'm off on my hollybobs. So I shall endeavour to get something created this week. I hope to either do some basic video on my phone while I'm away, or perhaps, depending on what the internet is like there, I only get half a gig of internet. I don't know quite how it works if you try and use above that. I may try and do a live stream from the beach in the Maldives. Oh, that'll be nice. Definitely. I'll have to have a pina colada. Yeah. So please, everyone, take care. Where are we? I don't want to get this wrong because I'm always getting it wrong. Don't want to get it wrong tonight. Take care. Look after yourselves. Stay sensible.
Mr. Sensible, Mr. Sensible, bring me some cheese, and get me only the best if you please, Here are some flowers, let me display them. Hey, Dr. Warlow, you have Arnold slay them. Mr. Sensible, you are a man. Every subscriber is a faithful fan. Bring your logic and your cheese. Mr. Sensible, help us out, please. Mr. Sensible, I needed proof of gravity, so I jump off the roof. It's hard enough, let me go further. Why was I ever such a darn flat earther, Mr. Sensible? I'm such a clown. I am the laughing stock of the town. Bring your logic and your cheese. Mr. Sensible, help me out, please. Mr. Sensible, bring me a sphere, to which the waters of the oceans adhere. Have explanations, but let me be candid. So clear that all the fluffers understand it. Mr. Sensible, please hear my call. The earth is not